child in the remains of our existence, that life and infinity should be viewed and still cheap rather than permanent possession, which cannot be carried into the afterlife, for it is written, brought love into the world, and it is certain we can take nothing out of it. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. Why then does your heart rebel against the finality of lust, knowing that lust should not be wasted on nothing that vanishes in the dust? Just as the down comes to those left behind, true significance is not defined by what you take, but by the good legacy you leave behind. Indeed, a good legacy is what you should be afraid of losing. Parentage. Let Mrs. Maria Chikanale Chima, a woman of unyielding strength, affectionately known as Mama Maria or Mama G, was born on the 22nd of June, 1949, into the family of late Joseph Omuikume and late Mrs. Veronica Ikwerre of Omagwa Ikwerre in the Ikwerre local government area of Imo State. She was the only child of her mother and the second daughter and fourth child of the blended family of the late Joseph Omuikume. Education and early life. Mama Maria completed her primary education in Canada, Cross River State, while living with her uncle, late John Mourner, and his family. However, Mama was unable to continue her education when the Nigerian Civil War broke out in 1967, forcing her and her family to return to the East. She was also known as a public dog due to her ability to understand and speak different languages, including Evi and others. Life journey and existence. Mama Maria's path was not paved with ease. Early in life, she was marked by responsibilities, yet tested all in the temple spirit. As tender as she was, she learned to stand tall, turning challenges into stepping stones. Her courage during the Nigerian Civil War epitomized the extraordinary resilience of a woman in that era. She risked her life when unrelenting, determinating training at different market locations within her reach to sustain her parents and her half siblings in the forest, away from the devastation of war. Indeed, Mama Maria doesn't have a life of nothing, but she lived a life of purpose. She became dependent, strong-minded, and hardworking, never giving up, even in the toughest time. Bringing that same determination into her home, she turned the house into a heaven-filled love and selfless sacrifice. Coming from a humble background, Mama Maria sought a better future and moved to the city. This met casting that is Isaac Chima. They got married and their union was blessed. Both being only children of their respective parents, they decided to build a large and vibrant family of their own, setting a goal to have 12 children. Their home was filled with love, something they never truly experienced during growing up. Several years later, before they could complete their 12 children, tragedy struck when her beloved husband, Isaac, passed away, leaving her to raise 10 children alone. Despite the loneliness and devastation of heartbreak, she refused to break. Inevitable struck again and took her two eldest sons along she built a life of service, faith, and legacy. Mama Maria lived and bettered her Catholic faith. Her prayers were never passive. They were active, vibrant, and deeply rooted in her daily life. She was well known in the Elele and Omagwa parish communities, not just as a parishioner, but as a pillar of strength. Her prayer was sword, her shield, and her covering. Her life was her mouthpiece, showing us that the trust, riches are found on her knees. A good legacy is not defined by material wealth, but by the lasting positive impact a person leaves on the heart and lives of others. It is the fingerprint and footprint of love, character, and kindness that continue to shape the world long after they are gone. Above all, her greatest legacy is her firm foundation in Christ, character and strength. Mama Maria maintained spirits of strength and joy despite health challenges and losses. Her dedication to her children stands as one of her most exceptional qualities. She possessed an indomitable spirit, never waiting for leftover. She worked aggressively and consistently towards excellence, showing that you cannot conquer what you cannot confront. She was always ahead of her peers, well-dressed and dignified in appearance. She was always ahead of her peers, well-dressed and dignified in appearance. She was never involved in negativity and stood firm against anything that threatened her ability. She was not intimidated by adversity, but faced life with clarity, understanding what needed to be done and how to do it. She did not rely on speed or convenience, but on strength and what needed to be done and how to do it. She did not rely on speed or convenience, but on strength and perseverance. With unwavering effort, she broke through barriers of suppression and oppression, forcing ahead with courage. She never apologized for who she was, strong to be very end, yet loving unconditionally. That is the kind of mother we have, and we should not trade her for nothing. Life lessons. Her life teaches us that there is no substitute of quality for quality, character, adversity, great character. And one cannot go through life with a victim mentality. She maintained her dignity and integrity under circumstances of humiliation. Showing that those who created the pain of the past or present do not control the